So, and if anyone wants to look into the information, like with the proof, so please consider YouTube or maybe Facebook. So we will,
Share screen as
yeah,
well.
we will share screen as well over there.
There we go. So, all right. So 35 viewers on TikTok. Continue double tapping the screen. We are looking for more viewers, and we will start answering questions once we hit that viewership number of at least 50 or more than 50. And if you have questions, please bring the questions to YouTube or on Facebook. Let me show you our YouTube. My YouTube channel name is Mohinder Mara Agent Australia. Let me show you. So this is our YouTube channel. If you can see Mohinder Mara Agent Australia, and you can also see the live stream here. Yeah, so that was I think last week's live stream. We are live on YouTube as well. So this is our YouTube profile, Mohinder Mara Agent Australia, and also we are live on Facebook too. On Facebook, you can see um, this profile, which is here, Endeavour Education and Migration Services. You can recognize this with the logo. Okay, so bring all the questions there, but until we get any questions on YouTube or on Facebook, we will continue answering your questions on TikTok. We've got 27 viewers. We'll start from the very first question. That was from Sandesh. Sandesh is asking, sir, what is the visa waiting time for combined visa dependent as I applied my visa for second time? Sandesh, I'm not sure what visa is it, but it seems like you're talking of student visa. Most people apply combined applications for student visa. So if your question is related to student visa, the processing time priority for student visa is determined almost differently every year. This year, as per the ministry's direction, I think 101, they had mentioned that they're going to first prioritize people who have lodged visa as a single applicant from offshore, and then after that probably other offshore applications, and then they come onshore, and then they look at those visas, student visas or guardian visas and all that. So offshore is the priority. If you have lodged it offshore, then you are about to get your decision probably before your course starts. So there are a lot of people who would be coming in the
So
month
they are
of July.
taking around 1 month. If you talk about especially for the Asian students, I'm talking about Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bangladesh. So the student from these countries, if you have lodged your visa from offshore, then you may get your visa decision in 1 month. But if you're talking about onshore student visa, if you have lodged the onshore student visa, then it may take up to 6 months. More than it may
Yeah,
be more than
I think
6
the
months.
latest one that we got granted was
Yeah,
lodged in
6 months. January,
Yeah,
and we have got in obviously
June.
just in June. Yeah, 4 to 5 days ago.
So Will God has the same question. How long? Will God, I think that's on YouTube. 408 to 500. How long that will take? So 40, whether it is from 408 to 500, if it is onshore visa, I think it is onshore visa. It is going to take the similar number of days, roughly 6 months these days. Okay.
So Anup Maharjan,
Karanveer, yes, South Australia not invited today. Lots of people have received a not invited status.
Karanveer,
From
what is your occupation? So can you please tell us? Aman Randhawa, what's the future of floor tilers?
Very, very good.
Floor tilers are really, really good. So Aman Randhawa, just so this is a good time to increase your points. If you are on 6 each band scores, just try to get the 7 each. If you are on 7 each, and try to get the 8 each.
Okay, guys. So we have 48 viewers on TikTok. If you guys are watching us live for the first time, let me introduce myself to all of you. My name is Mahinder, and I'm a registered migration agent. We are based in Adelaide, South Australia. I'm being assisted by Mr. Manjot. Manjot looks after He helps me in the visa related matters as well as student counseling and admissions related matters. You also generally see Malvinder with me as well. So he is our new migration agent. He is based in Meninga Messe. You probably would have seen him with me in the last live show. So we are based in Adelaide, but we can assist you anywhere in Australia and even overseas. So if you have any migration related questions, if you want to discuss your PR pathways, want to discuss any of these visas here, employer sponsored visas, general skilled migration, partner visas, ART, any of those matters, you can get in touch with us. If you are on Facebook or YouTube, our number is scrolling at the bottom. The best is to book appointment. You can do so by visiting our website at www.ems.com.au. So for those who have just recently joined, there's an update from Migration South Australia. They have given a not invited status to many ROIs. We also received a few of them for IT related occupations, but we also have some of them, they are still in place. We haven't received not invited status. Most of them are technical occupations such as science technician, NEC, and a couple of geologists. So these are the occupations, they are still there, not invited. We may receive not invited status tomorrow, but as of today, those ROIs are still in place. If you guys have received not invited status for your South Australian SA migration ROI, then please write in the comment box your occupation and your number of points, so everyone can kind of relate it to themselves what chances they may have if they haven't received any not invited status. For those who have received not invited status, and if your visa is running out in next 2 or 3 months, this is high time for you to talk to a registered migration agent, and probably figure out your pathways, be it a training visa if you don't have skills assessment, if your employer is not willing to pay you TISMIT salary. That could be one option if you meet the criteria. It could be subclass 482 visa, employer sponsored visa, but you got to understand, for subclass 482 visa, labor market testing is a mandatory requirement. So you need at least 30 days from today to do that. Only then you can do nomination and visa lodgement. We also have options for subclass 494 in South Australia under DAMA labor agreement. That is possible as well. And there are lots of skill level 4 occupations available under DAMA labor agreement too. So you need to discuss with your employer and probably book appointment with me so we can determine employer's eligibility and your eligibility as well. We also have subclass 186 direct entry, which requires a skills assessment, 3 years of full-time work experience after qualification. Your age should be less than 45. There are multiple other requirements related to English and all that. That could also be an option. So the options are always there, but you need to explore it. A lot of people rely on these TikTok videos and live sessions in making their decision. Guys, these live sessions are meant to give you a bit of idea about your current situation, but we can't really recommend much unless we know full story, because we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different levels of intellect, qualification, family scenario. So we are all different. So that's why if you want to get advice which is catered to your needs, you need to really talk to a migration agent one-on-one so they can guide you in the right direction. If you want to speak to us, you can simply head to our website and book appointment. And today, again, in the live shows, as promised, we are going to give you a special coupon which will allow you to book appointment for $99 only. Generally, those appointments cost you $165. So I can give you this coupon. If you want to use this coupon, you can use this coupon on the live show. Remember, this coupon is only valid during the live show only. So you will get that discounted consultation while we are live. Yeah. Okay, so no matter where you are watching us, you're watching us on YouTube, you're watching us on anywhere else on Facebook, you can utilize that coupon, and I'm posting the coupon code in the comment box as well, in YouTube as well as on Facebook too. Here we go.
By Sydney. Hi sir, can I get car loan on 485 in New South Wales? Sir,
Can you get car loan on 485 on New South Wales? I am not expert in loans, but very soon we are also bringing a mortgage broker online in the team. So you probably would have that answer to that question in maybe next 2 or 3 weeks.
Hello, 018.
Generally, generically, they want to see how long your 485 visa is valid for. And on the basis of the validity of your 485 visa, they determine your eligibility for a car loan. Okay. So if it is valid for 3 years, probably they can.
If your job is permanent, and if you have a solid income, and if you have a valid visa for assume if you have for 3 years, then they may get the installments for the 3 years. So Tillo 018 talking too much. Tillo 018 ਵੀਰੇ ਜੀ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੋਈ question ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ
Post ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ
ਆਪਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਨਸਰ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹੈਗੇ.
All right. So Aruj Sana is asking with 80 points for 491 and 70 points for 190. I'm not sure, Aruj, what was your occupation? Your occupation is retail and hospital pharmacist. So retail and hospital pharmacist, I would recommend you to target state-based visas, Aruj, which is 190 and 491. So depending on what state you are living in, employment is going to be very, very critical, and also your English. So work on these two things, employment as well as English. And if you are currently employed in non-regional areas, say if you are employed in city, then you would be required to probably think of moving to regional area to increase your chances. This is just a generic advice. Okay. Sham Ryder is asking 35 years 6 months, can we apply for 485? Absolutely you can. So we have a clarification from Migration Institute of Australia. They have checked it with the department. The criteria for 485 visa says
you are very lucky, Sham.
Yeah, so that you, as long as you haven't turned 36 on the day you make the application, you are eligible for 485 visa. Make sure you don't make any other silly errors while making this application. It doesn't cost you a fortune. So if you want us to assist you with 485 visa application, we do many of them. So you can reach out to us. You don't need to book appointment if you want to do 485 visa application. You can just give us a call. We will just determine your eligibility, most probably Manjot, and then we can send you will put the money in, and then we can lodge your visa application. Okay, even if you book appointment with us, any money that you pay in the consultation will become part of the final quote, so you don't lose anything. Remember, guys, we are not just here to make money, we are here to change lives, and we can only do so if you help yourself. I hear these stories day in, day out. People say, sir, my previous agent didn't advise me this. I'm not sure whose fault it is, but it should not happen. If you are paying someone to do your work, that work has to be done properly and appropriately. Okay. Kripa Ben Sparks, could you please advise the chances of nurses with 65 points and time frame next expected invitation? So Kripa Ben Sparks, for your 189, 65 points are very, very limited. So you won't expect you to get invited 65 points unless they gave like 7,000 invites in RNs, because this is the number of EUIs at the moment, if you can check on Department of Home Affairs as RN and NEC. If they give very large number of invites, then you can get selected. But if they don't, then you need to explore other options, and most probably state-sponsored visas such as 491 and 190. Okay, so 491 and 190 visas are based on state, because you need state's help, you need state nomination. And states' criteria changes almost, or they tweak their criteria almost every financial year. So at this stage, we are coming towards the end of the financial year. So most of the states are closed and they have exhausted their allocated quota already, but they will get new quota probably in mid-July, and then they will post their criteria for new financial year. So you need to keep an eye on it. It is high time for you to talk to a migration agent now if your visa is running out. And even if your visa is not running out, it is still valid for 12 months or more than 12 months. You can plan your coming.
It is a better time to plan.
Yeah, plan. All right, guys, if you are watching us live on TikTok for the first time, and if you haven't hit that follow button so far, this is the high time to do so. My name is Mahinder and I'm a registered migration agent. I'm being assisted by Mr. Manjot. We are based in Adelaide, South Australia. So if you're based in South Australia in Adelaide, you can come and visit our office. We are located at Suite 4, Level 4, 68 Grenfell Street. If you're not located in South Australia, or even if you're located in South Australia but in regional areas, you can still talk to us. You can book appointment with us by visiting our website at www.ems.com.au. If you are in this live show, then you get this special coupon, which is EEMSLIVE. So EEMSLIVE. That coupon will allow you to book consultation at a discounted rate of $99. Generally, you pay $165 for booking chat with us. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp. If you want us to give you coupon on WhatsApp, we can write that coupon to you. And when you send us a message on WhatsApp, you'll get our website link too. So you can just use that link to book appointment.
Just what do you want to know about 485 subsequent entrant? VNJ Warmware, yes, EEMS Live is a coupon code. So you can book an appointment. Wishes. Sirat Mustaqim, 1 year of diploma in civil construction is also valid for PR. If you have assessment, can you get invited? 90 points. Sirat Mustaqim, we are not sure that from where you have done your diploma in civil construction design, whether you have studied or not, and
if it is done from accredited college,
if you have the skill assessment, then you may apply for the EOI. Do you help for RN sponsorship? No, we are not helping people to get the sponsorships. We don't have any employer who can sponsor you.
So we don't simply assist in a sponsorship. So if you're looking for someone who can assist in sponsorship, that means there has to be a reason. There is some middleman in between. So if you're looking for genuine sponsorship, best chance is to openly apply for a job. Don't tell your employer that you're looking for sponsorship. No one is going to hire you if you tell them in the very first go that you're looking for sponsorship. So apply for open jobs. If you have like 6 or 8 months visa on you, then prove yourself at your workplace. Okay, so if you prove yourself at your workplace, then you are more likely to get that employer to agree to sponsor you, because employer generally agree to sponsor you only when they think that you are a good worker for them and you are going to help them in growing their business or maintaining their business or their revenue. Okay, so that would be the strategy if you're going if you're looking for someone to sponsor you.
So Sujal, if you are saying that I want to change my course after 6 months but got 4 months vacation, are those vacations counted? So Sujal, so why you have to check your COE. If you're so there would be a starting date or a commencement date on your COE. So according to that, you have to count the 6 months. Okay, so after 6 months of that commencement date, you can change your course. No issues.
So there are lots of international students who have came to start their course in July, and when they talk to their peers or maybe their friends or family in Australia,
most of them have been started their course in February, and technically they can change their course in August.
That's right. Yeah. So they go to start now, but I'm talking of the students who are going to start in July. Yeah. So we are almost at the end of June, and now there will be people who would be starting in mid-July, and they are already here. Unfortunately, as per current rules, you can't change your course within 6 months. So you can only change your course after 6 months, but you can get the process started now. For those who have come to diploma leading to bachelor, those programs, and if that is your case, then you won't be able to change unless you have spent 6 months in your primary course, or you have received,
which is bachelor's,
in that case, or you have received a release letter from your school.
So we recommend to study for a 1.5 year in that case. Okay, so or either you can have an internal transfer. You can talk with your university. You can say that we want to study this course. You can have the internal transfer to the another course, by meeting the other eligibility criteria or something like
So
that.
Aruj, Sana, your question was you had a few questions, follow-up questions on I think on YouTube. You are offshore and you're looking for a state nomination from offshore as a I think pharmacist, technician,
Pharmacist, hospital pharmacist.
hospital pharmacist. Um, so what I would recommend you, if there is any possibility for you, increase your points and apply for every single state. You never know which state can pick your profile. It is a health related occupation. You can still be selected.
Yeah.
You've got like 70 points for 491 with 80 points for 491. 80 points for 491. I think if there's any room for 5 more points, maybe superior English or any 5 extra points from somewhere, it can increase your chances remarkably. So continue working with points and don't lose hope, because if you lose hope, you lose everything. Hope is everything in life. So don't lose hope. We have seen people who got invited few days before their English expired and few days before their skills assessments expired. So you never know. At the moment we are still suffering with housing crisis in Australia, and there are a lot of places where the housing crisis is still on, and it is impacting the migration negatively for the time being. But uh, that's what I was talking to Manjot the other day, because the crunch that we are, the gap or the lacuna that we are creating every year, not having so many international students, eventually is going to reflect on the economy 2 or 3 years later. So I think 2027, 2020, so 2027, 2028, and 2028, 2029, and probably 2029, 2030. These financial years could be huge in terms of migration. This is just my expectation and my knowledge of these migration trends in Australia. So it happens almost every 2 or 3 years. 2 or 3 years, the numbers are less, and but after 2 or 3 or 4 years, when there's a huge gap between the people who are able to take those jobs, especially like international students, so temporary visa holders always work in, most of them 50
Critical
60
sectors.
yeah,
Critical sectors.
50 to 60% of them, they work in the jobs where average Australian citizens or permanent residents would never like to work. And that situation will continue. If the students are not coming, there would be huge lacuna between the jobs available in those sectors and the people who are able to take those jobs, especially temporary visa holders. So that is going to happen probably 2027, 2028. So if you don't have if you're not getting invited now, don't lose hope. Okay, because hope is everything. If you want to come to Australia, if you are based offshore, if you want to come to Australia, um, continue increasing your points and don't lose hope.
So Jal, if you are not sure about your scenario in course change, you can send me your COE. I will let you know. Okay, you can WhatsApp your COE on this number, whatever is mentioned over there, 0452169200.
So Furitsu Kasutoro is saying, I'm planning to submit my EOI for visa 190 and or 491. What are the difference between two, and what are the pros and cons for both? So very generic, very open question from Furitsu. Furitsu, first of all, I would recommend you to please take professional help. Okay, don't do it yourself. There is a reason for it, because even I can pass on this knowledge to you, what this means, what is 491 and what is 190. But still, you got to understand, you can't replace professional help. So if you take professional help, your migration agent do the best thing for you, whether it is 491 or 190, depending upon your circumstances, your level of English, your state, your occupation, your family circumstances, your marital status. Because you need a strategy. Doing EY ROI is not a problem, but you need a full strategy, full proof strategy. So if you like, we can also assist you with this process. Head to my website at www.eems.com.au. It is the website address is scrolling on the screen, and you can use this coupon, which is EEMSLIVE. If you use this coupon, this will allow you to book appointment for $99 only, and we can discuss in detail. So I need to know more information. Now, generically, 190 visa is a permanent visa when it is granted, and you get 5 points contributed from state in your EY. So, for example, if your own points are 60, the state you're applying in, that will contribute 5 points in your EY. So your points will become 65, which is the minimum requirement from Department of Home Affairs. However, just having 60 points is not good enough, because you won't be competitive enough. So put it that way. So there are like maybe 100,000 people who are looking for 190 visa, and but they only have, say, 20,000 places. So there are 100,000 people looking for visa. You only have 20,000 places. So obviously, the top 20,000 would be selected, and different states have their own criteria of selection. So some states prefer people to be working in the nominated occupation, most of the states, and they also select people with superior English, because these two criteria are top criteria. They are super important criteria, because they are directly related to your directly related to the outcome that states would have in terms of your job and in terms of your skills, to increase to help in the economy of the state. So English, if you have good English, you're more likely to be successful in Australia in your professional career. And if you have good salary, that means you're paying good taxes, and you're also helping your employer with your skills. So these two are most important criteria. So, but if you talk about 491 visa, in 491 visa, again, you get sponsorship from the state too. And 491 visa, when it is granted, it is valid for 5 years from the date of grant. And out of these 5 years, after 3 years of living in Australia or overseas and meeting all the criteria, you can apply for permanent residency. Okay. If you apply for 491, the state will give you 15 points in total. So even if you have 50 of your own points, the state will give you 15 points, and you meet minimum requirements of Department of Home Affairs. But again, in the similar scenario, as I said earlier, for 190, here as well, you will not be very competitive if you barely have 65 points. So you need to have high points, and you also need to meet state's criteria. Okay,
Yeah.
I hope that helps. Okay.
So Lazy Cheetah, degree completing this 30th. I'm on bridging. When should I go for 485?
So Lady Cheetah,
Lazy
no,
Cheetah.
not lady, Lazy Cheetah. So don't become lazy. Okay, go and seek professional help. Leave this. If you want to gain permanent residency in Australia, you have to be very, very proactive. Okay, so let your laziness go, and this is high time to talk to a migration agent. Okay, so you can head to my website and book appointment from there. I would love to know more. So when we assist you with your 485 visa, we also give you counseling for your permanent pathways too. So you are one step ahead of others. Generally, what people do, because 485 visa is generally a simple application, you go and do yourself. You ask your friends and do it. 95% of the cases get successful. But the problem here is now you have moved on to your 485 visa, and you don't have a PR plan, and you've already spent 2 or 3 months on 485 visa without any plan. So if you don't have plan, you're going to struggle in long run. You may have saved $500-600. That's how much generally we charge if we do 485 visa. So it is worth doing your 485 visa with the help of a registered migration agent only. Okay, I have 46 viewers, and I want to see all of you on my YouTube today. Okay, so I want to see you all on my YouTube or on Facebook. Let me show you what is my YouTube. This is my YouTube here. So our YouTube channel is Mohinder Migration Agent Australia. I want to see all of you on YouTube, because I want to show you how you can find a registered migration agent and who a registered migration agent is. Yes, please come to YouTube. My YouTube channel is Mohinder Migration Agent Australia. I'm going to hold back all my comments or answers to comments on TikTok for now. Please bring all your questions to YouTube and come to YouTube, everyone. And if you don't want to come to YouTube, I also have Facebook. We are live on Facebook too. Our Facebook channel is Endeavour Education and Migration Services. I can show you here. Endeavour Education and Migration Services. So come to YouTube or on Facebook and bring all the questions there. I want to show you how to find a migration agent in your locality and why it is important to take advice from migration agent only. Okay. I think we have 9 viewers there. So I can show you here. Let me share screen. So it is important for everyone to know that everyone who works in the migration domain is not a migration agent. So you need to specifically look for a migration agent. Even if, so for example, in our case, even if you're being assisted by Manjot, okay, you are, because Manjot is working under my direct supervision, we are not going to let anything happen that is that does not fit in our honest, ethical, and transparent migration practice. So, however, there are lots of people out there who generally talk to a person in the office, but that person is not a migration agent. So don't rely on that advice, because you may not be guided properly if that is the case. And we have seen lots of people who have come to us after stuffing up their visas, and sometimes there's no going back. Okay, I'm going to take this question. Fourth estate got a refusal based on spouse visa on student, subsequent reason being marriage after visa grant. So fourth estate, I can't really help you. Need to know the refusal reasons and all that. So please head to my website and book appointment if you want to discuss in detail. And for those who are on my YouTube or on Facebook,
need to know more about guys.
Yeah, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to find a MARA agent. Okay, so this is website OMARA, which is Office of Migration Agents Registration Authority. So if you just Google OMARA, Office of Migration Agents Registration Authority, the website is just mara.gov.au. I hope you're able to see me. Yeah. So that's the website. I have just
round. It may be in the next year, because this financial year is about to close and is about to end, and in next financial year.
Okay, just give me a sec, guys. Somehow I clicked a wrong button, so I was lost on YouTube for a minute. Okay, so this is Office of Migration Agents Registration Authority. If you're able to see on my screen, and you go this first thing here, which says search migration agent. So this is the place where you can search agent. If you even put postcode, like if I put postcode 5000, which is Adelaide, South Australia, you can see all the migration agents who are currently registered and who have their address in South Australia. You will see my name somewhere as well here. You can also check if you are speaking to a person, get that person's full name, and you can also put that person's full name here. So for example, if you put my name here, you can see I'm a registered migration agent. It is important to see that person is a registered, okay, because some people are cautioned. That means they have not done the right things. That's why they have been cautioned by OMARA. So that person must be registered and must have this specific number that is given to the agent. So this is super important. If you're looking for taking professional help from a migration agent, make sure that person name exists here. So that will help. So this would mean you are going to get a good advice, professional advice,
authentic advice.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just struggling to somehow manage my screens here. So just give me 1 sec, okay? Is that right now?
I think you have clicked somewhere.
I'm not sure. I've clicked somewhere incorrectly, but that's okay because I'm not able to.
Is a
Yeah.
tab there?
This one? Yeah. I
Yeah.
think here. Yeah, that's good. All right. I hope you guys have seen the screen. New question. Another question is coming from New L. Where do we find the notice for upcoming invitation round for 189 and 491 visa? Very good question. Where do we find it? I'll show you. Just give me 1 sec. Okay, everyone who is watching us live on TikTok, please continue watching us here. And I'm not taking many questions here, but if you are watching us live here, please hit that follow button. If you haven't done so far, please come to our YouTube as well as Facebook Live. Again, I want to show you my YouTube. My YouTube channel is Mohinder Mara Agent. It is easier for us to share screen there, show you all the information. And then you can also come to us on Facebook. On Facebook, you can search us with Endeavor Education and Migration Services. Okay. There are lots of videos that are available on our TikTok, on social media platforms. Please help us in sharing them, and liking. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so right now. So there was a question coming from New L. Where do we find notice of upcoming invitation rounds for 189 and 491? So I'm going to show you here. Let me check if you're able to see the screen or not.
You have to.
I think we need to remove.
No, nothing to remove. You have to open the tab and then.
Yes, that's
start
okay.
sharing.
Yes, just give me 1 sec. I think screen share is already on, but somehow, yeah, it was stopped. Or here we go, screen share. So that's a new tab. That one. Now it is being shared. Yeah, you guys are able to see my screen now. All right. So here, what I generally do, I go 189 rounds. So I just search 189 rounds on YouTube. Okay. So this is the page, Department of Home Affairs website page, where they mention all the information about 189 and family sponsored 491 visas. Okay. They also have all that other information too about 491 and 190 numbers and any other updates as well. So if you scroll through this page, you can see different occupations and what was the number of points that occupation was invited in the previous rounds. And it also gives you information on the rounds when the rounds happened. Okay. And it also gives you information. The same page gives you information on many other things, such as number of allocations, how many places are left. For example, you see here, they have given until 31st of May how many places were allocated and how many invites were received by different states. Okay. It's a really good informative page of Department of Home Affairs. That's where they generally post most of the information related to 189, 190, and 491. Okay. They also show you like current rounds. They have given this information here on 7th of November. That was the latest round.
There was only one round.
Two. There was in September and November, but there's no other round after that. There was no other round after that. So this is the page that you generally go to. There's a lot of information available on this page. If you are offshore and if you're looking to get that information, probably this is the page you refer to.
Yes, TikTok people, we are live on Facebook and YouTube as well, and we are sharing screen over there, so you can have.
Please bring in all the questions on YouTube and Facebook.
Like authentic information in terms of invites, in terms of rounds, and all those things. So we are sharing information to guide you that how to get the relevant source of information. Okay.
Okay. So Pranav is asking, I have 85 points for RN critical care and emergency from Western Australia. what are the chances to get invite for 189, and when will that be the next round happening? A very good question, very generic question again. Well, let's discuss uh, the EY data first. Okay. Let me share the screen with you. That gives you a bit of idea.
Is it the clinical, you mean? Okay, critical care and emergency.
Okay, so here we are.
There may not be so many people.
There we go. Let me check
I
if
think
you are
we
able
have
to
done
see
wrong
my.
tab. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So you're able to see here with your occupations skills assessment. We do not have like big number, but we still have like roughly 1200 EYs for 189. And at 85 or higher points, the numbers just become very limited. That means you have pretty high chances of being selected for 189 in the next 189 round. Okay, so that occupation is
Registered nurse,
yeah.
critical care and emergency.
Yeah, so that's pretty good chances you've got. And when would that round happen? Honestly, I really don't know. We expected something to happen.
Even no one knows.
Yeah, this month we still have like almost a few 4 or 5 days, I think, before the end of the financial year. You don't know, it
But
can
how
happen
they
tomorrow.
how they conclude the other seats, whatever they have been left.
But you know, the
Yeah,
conclusion
sorry.
is they had like 17,000 places allocated, and they have already given 23 or 24,000 invitations for
Invitation.
189. So from that data, it seems like they have invited or they have exhausted their 189 invites for this financial year. And this is what I spoke in other video as well. If you go to our profile and check that video there, and that is why we are not hearing any news, and no one actually knows when the round is going to happen. But if you look at the statistics, less likely. But you may see a round probably in September or maybe in July, when they get new financial year's numbers. Okay, so we just wait. If you are looking for invites, make sure you have you are increasing your points, your UI is there. If there are any changes, make sure you update those in the UI. That's all you can do, and just wait. Okay. How long does the skill assessment take for processing? So ECT skills assessment, I think this is a question from New L again. ECT skills assessment can take up to 6 to 8 weeks. ECT's skills assessment authority changed a few months back, and whenever there is a change in skills assessment authority, the new authority, when they update their portal for accepting new applications and things like that, it takes some time for them to get it right. So that's why first lot always takes longer time. But my experience is up to 6 to 8 weeks. We lodged one application, I think 3 or 4 weeks back, and we have received requests for more documents for that application already, and we expect that should be decided between 6 to 8 weeks, which is just a generic time. But these times can fluctuate depending upon the number of applications they are dealing with at any given point in time. Okay. Okay, so bring all the questions on YouTube and Facebook, and for those who have not hit that follow button so far, please do it now. My name is Mahinder. I'm a registered migration agent. I'm being assisted by Mr. Manjot. We're based in Adelaide, South Australia. If you're looking for any visa related matters, if you want to discuss with us, please head to our website and you can book appointment from there. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp, so we can send you this coupon that will allow you to book consultation for $99 only instead of $165. When you book consultation with us, this is what I hear from everyone out there whom generally I see on daily basis, whether it is on Zoom or it in office. Sir, I have already sir, I have already booked appointment with someone else, but I was not satisfied because the person only spoke to me for 15 minutes, didn't even address question, didn't send any email. That is not going to happen with us. So if you spend money on the appointment, we are going to give you value for every single cent that you spent.
Even for the further question, if you have any, even after the consultation, if you have any
follow-up
concern,
questions, yeah,
or
you send
maybe
us
any
email.
question in your mind that you want to know about that thing, you can reply to that email that you will get in the consultation. So just reply in that email that, yes, Mohinder, I need this advice. How can I do that, or whatever it is. So you will get the reply on that email too, even after the consultation.
Okay. Vinod, I think Vinod, you have tagged one of your friend. Yeah, if he wants to ask question, please ask them to come to live session.
Honey, I'm bricklayer and I'm having a 55 points my own, and my visa is going to end in March. So what should I do? Honey, try to increase your points. Obviously, bricklayer is a.
So if you have 55
good thing,
points, you can go for 491. Okay, so I think if there's no room for you to increase your points, target 491. But if you are in Melbourne, while you're living in Melbourne, they may or may not consider you for 491.
491 is a little bit tricky in terms. What I have seen that the people, those have taken these state-sponsored visas needs, and they have extra requirements in terms of state requirements. So you have to have the work experience relative according to the state eligibility. So if you have that, if you are eligible, then you can apply for the 491 or 190 or whatever the visa you are qualifying. But try to increase your point is always recommended. I think you may have a better chances. Even you can get 189 if you are able to score 65 over or 70 points. Okay.
All right. So Pranav is asking, do we need RN job for 190 or 189 from Western Australia or not? So generally, Western Australia do not have requirement of job as such, but having job definitely reflects good on your EOI. So make sure you find a job and enter and update your EOI.
So Jepkurui, you are saying, can I cancel my student visa and apply for a visitor visa? Why you don't want to? Why you don't want to apply for a visitor visa?
Jepkuri, I'm not sure what is your scenario, but I would recommend you to please discuss with a migration agent. New L has a question. When can I find this website on screen? When can I find this website on screen? I'm not sure, New L, what kind of website you're looking at. Oh yeah, you're looking at ANSCO. So look, Department of Home Affairs also have this data. You can directly see from the source, skill select EOI data. So I generally go skill select EOI data. So just give me 1 sec. So it's a Department of Home Affairs this website. So you Google skill select EOI data. So this is the website which gives you exact data from Department of Home Affairs, but it is relatively slightly bit trickier to navigate. But if you read it carefully, and if you're able to explore different options, you can extract all this data that you see on this screen here. So this screen is a third-party application that we use, and that data is also taken from eventually from this screen here. And this screen or this data is from the Department of Home Affairs website directly. Okay, so then how do we get that? You just simply Google skill select EOI data. Okay, I hope that answers your question.
So Jepkurui, so if you don't want to come as a student to Australia, then why you want to apply for a visitor visa? So on a visitor visa, you can't even study, you can't work, and you can't
do anything.
Stay more than 3 months or maybe 1 year, not more than that.
All right. So
and even it depends whether you will qualify for a visitor visa or not. If you have already a student visa, then please come here on a student visa and study and make the other pathways to live here for long.
All right. So we have Amanjot asking which state is best for motor mechanics as per the current situation. I think if you are a motor mechanic, New South Wales regional with a relevant job in hand and targeting pathway 1. So that is best for motor mechanics. Apart from that, anywhere far flung in the regional area, you can probably get 491. Tasmania could be another one, but you need at least 6 months of stay there and a relevant job in the nominated occupation. Okay, so it's all about job. Strong job is really, really important. And if you are really qualified and if you've got skills, you can also explore employer sponsored visa too, if your employer is willing to help you. Okay.
So, Honey, sir, should I go for a 482 in Brick Lane? Where are you located, Honey?
Guys, if you're watching us live on TikTok, YouTube or Facebook, please do not forget to hit that follow or like button or subscribe button if you are on YouTube. All right, so we will continue answering questions on all the platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and because there are not many comments coming on YouTube, I think the time, as per a lot of followers are based in India and Indian subcontinent, so we are not getting a lot of questions on YouTube, so we will focus on TikTok as well. So
Honey is in Victoria and he's saying that should I go for a 482 in Brick Lane?
हनी डिपेंड करदा किदे मतलब डिपेंड करदा ਤੁਹਾਡਾ करंट वीजा कब तक वैलिड है ठीक है
It's in
so it
March.
depends on that
It's in the
so I
March
do
of
lots of
the-
employer sponsored visas as well so I can assist you ਤੁਸੀਂ appointment book ਕਰ ਲਓ ਫਿਰ ਡਿਟੇਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਲਵਾਂਗੇ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ employer ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ and all those things right Auno is saying I got 70 points 190 carpenter I am on 482 visa Harsh Taliwal. So if you are a carpenter, you are on 482 visa. You've got 70 points. I'm not sure what state you are currently located in. As a carpenter, you have high chances of getting 189 as well. But make sure you are increasing your points. Higher the points, the better the chances. You can also get invited for 190 from the states. But when you are in a 482 visa, and if your 482 is valid for more than 1 year, generally states do not consider you for invite for 190 because it doesn't help the employer spends so much of money in sponsorship and that's why they do not want to neutralize the money and effort that employer has done for your sponsorship so if it is less than 12 months then they generally consider if it is more than 12 months sometimes the states require a letter from the employer stating that employer does not have any problem if that person gets invited for permanent visa from the state. Okay. Mamta is asking, hi sir, 189 chance for 75 points. NEC, superior English, NATI, spouse points, all done. TR expires in October. In October, 491 applied. Working region New South Wales 491 190 also applied. Mamta, look, 75 points are not very high for registered nurses as per current scenario. But if they chose to invite 7 or 8,000 nurses, probably someone with 75 points would come as well. But if they only gave like 1,000 invites, then the chances with 75 points are relatively lower. But if they give more invites, then you can get invites. So you're on margin for 189 in terms of your points, unfortunately.
For these 2 to 3 years, it is a game of the points.
Yeah. So when there are a lot of people looking for invites and the number are limited, then obviously highest ranking EOIs get invited for 189.
So Huzafa, so you were saying on TikTok that husband is on bridging visa. Can her wife apply for a separately student visa overseas? It depends upon your wife. circumstances, whether what she
I
has
don't
done
think.
previously,
Look,
and yeah.
if your husband is in Australia and they have bridging visa E, I don't think even
Obviously,
you.
you have to mention that your husband is in Australia,
Mm,
and his visa status is this or that.
mm.
So
I don't think
yeah.
you'll meet a genuine student criteria there. Tehelka, Padda Tehelka. I have 65 points as a painter in Victoria. I think at 65 points, Victorian painters, I don't think you'll get any priority there. You can either consider 491 in Victoria by moving to regional, and if not, if you're gonna stay at the place where you are, then you can also consider um, probably 482 or even 494, whichever you're eligible for. Okay.
It's Chris Jordan. Mahinder, how are you? I found an employer that who want to sponsor me. They show me their SPS. That's good thing.
Whereabout is it?
So it's there.
So Mohinder, how are you? I found an employer that want to sponsor me. They show me their SBS. That's good, Jordan. If someone wants to sponsor you, if they have SBS, then yes, that's the first step. But for sponsorship, for nomination, there are lots of other requirements: genuine position, labor market testing, um, the nominees' skills. All those things are required. So if you want your employer to talk to me, ask them to give me a call back. There's no charges if the employer wants to talk to me. So if your employer wants to talk to me, they can simply give me a call back, and I will be happy to give them 10 or 15 minutes free consultation to outline how this whole process works and give them quotation about the employer's sponsorship.
Sarojat Kari, sir, I live in Japan, but I can want Japan to Australia. So Rojadikari, what are you doing in Japan? So can I know that are you on a work visa or are you studying over there? So what is your status in Japan? What have you done previously? So is that possible that you can send your resume to this number? We can have a quick look and we'll let you know what we can do for you.
Gurjit Sandhu is asking 407 reviewer site if TS was refused. Would you get a review rights if TS was refused? Lately, the department has confirmed through Migration Institute of Australia that there is the way they were assessing these applications was not right. And they are probably going to give ART rights even if TAS was refused. So we really don't know. Actually, if you ask me this question, I can't really comment much on it. Do I have any case like this? No. We also have few training visa applications. They are already lodged. Most of them, they were lodged in November and December, but we haven't heard back from the department at all, neither TAS, neither nomination or the visa application. If I was you and if I was concerned, I would rather choose 482 if you are eligible now, because at the time of 407 application, you may not have been eligible for 482, but you could be eligible by now. So if that is the case, then you should consider 482 visa.
So Ranky, do we need partners PT for 186? Yes. Functional English is required in that case.
I have applied for ART if I get married to someone who has applied for PR in business visa. So look, I can't work in Savneet, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ ਬੜਾ ਸਪੈਸੀਫਿਕ ਹੈ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਅਪਾਇੰਟਮੈਂਟ ਬੁੱਕ ਕਰੋ। ਹਰ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੀ YouTube ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ Facebook ਤੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਨਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਬਿਕੋਜ਼ ਅੰਡਰਲਾਈਂਗ ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ। ਅਪਾਇੰਟਮੈਂਟ ਬੁੱਕ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ।
ਇਨਫੋਰਮੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸੋ ਕੱਲੀ ਐਨੀ ਲਾਈਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਨਸਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ
ਅਨਫੋਰਚੂਨੇਟਲੀ।
ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਪਰਸਨਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕੁਝ ਨਾ ਕੁਝ।
User ending with 380 is asking, if I work for childcare center for 1 year full time, can my employer sponsor me for 485? I think your question should be corrected to can your employer sponsor you for 482 visa? Absolutely, they can.
So can we sponsor truck driver from overseas?
Absolutely, you can sponsor truck driver from overseas if you have DAMA labor agreement in place, and if the applicant meets their criteria, if there is a genuine position. There are so many different things that you need to know before we are able to do so. Pavneet is saying, hello sir, did you reply to me? Just missed what you said.
Yeah, we have already.
What was that about the
Yeah.
business visa?
No, truck driver. So we have recently replied when the Pavneet has
Yeah,
just
so
arrived.
you were asking, Pavneet, can you actually sponsor someone from offshore as a truck driver? Yes, you can. However, there are lots of requirements that you're required to meet.
Processing time for 186, 3-4 months to 6 months. 4
So
months to 6
processing
months.
times can vary where you are applying for your visa. So if it is in regional area, generally up to 6 months. But I have also seen cases where the applications take long time, up to maybe 12 months or even 18 months, and sometimes you even hear 2 years. You also need to be mindful that the department allocates certain numbers every year. So if your application does not get decided this year and allocation is out, then probably your grant or your decision will come in the following year. Generally, in the beginning of the financial year, it is quicker. So my experience with one of my client is roughly 6 months. We had this application lodged in the month of November. The department asked many questions, 2 or 3 different section 56 requests in the nomination application. We answered them within few days, and nomination and visa, both, all the things were granted within 6 months. So I think we got these clients in mid-May. Remember, when you have a lodged employer sponsor visa, and if the department wants more information, they are going to ask through section 56 request, and generally they give 28 days. So if your agent is not proactive and he's taking more than 28 days or even 28 days long to answer those requests and does not let you know that they have received this request, it generally increases the processing time. So there are lots of underlying things that you need to be careful about if you're going for the 186 visa. You need to have a really, really proactive agent. So if you're paying money to the agent, make sure he's doing a great job, because it's your money and you need to make sure that things are done properly. And especially, you're not losing out on time. It's all about time at the end of the day. Do we need partners English for 309 visa? Not at all. Okay. Sharma ji, partner visa के लिए English की requirement नहीं है. And we do lots of partner visas as well, guys. Partner visa, again, if you do your application yourself, most of the applications are not properly done. They are not decision ready. It can increase the processing times from 2 to 3 or sometimes even 4 years. But professionally lodged applications generally get granted quickly. The simple reason is because they are decision ready and they have all the information that the case officer needs to make decision on. Okay. Roshan is asking, can you tell about graduate stream visa for TAS?
For Tasmania?
Yeah. So I'm not sure, Roshan, can you please write a little bit more about your question? TAS, I didn't understand. Are you talking of Tasmania? And if you're talking about Tasmania, I think graduate visa is independent of Tasmania. Yes, if you have studied in Tasmania and if you apply for graduate visa, you may get extension as well after you have done your certain after you have lived and spent time in that particular state or regional area, then you can get another 1 year extension. But apart from that, for you to be eligible for graduate visa, either you need to have finished 2 years of a trade related course in Australia, and for that course your career outcome should be you should be able to choose an occupation in medium and long term strategic skill list, or you must have finished bachelor or master or higher degree in Australia, then you can do graduate visa. How much time? Usually 309. So 309 visa can take up to 2 years, sometimes a bit quicker, but that's just the average processing time. User ending with 380 is saying, is there a chance to remove the early childhood educator from the skill list due to increase in number? I want to tell everyone here, let's talk about accountant for example purposes. Let's talk about accountant. So accountant occupation was in list back in 2010 when I moved to Australia. It is still in list. Even though there are thousands of people who have lodged EOIs in accounting occupation, the occupation was not removed from the skill list because it is medium and long-term strategic skill list. The similar is situation with early childhood teachers. So it has been in the list for a long time. Now, why this course is becoming popular? Because agents have promoted this course like anything in last 2 or 3 years, and rightly so, because there was certain change in Victoria in their early childhood education sector where they probably made the regulation or changed their regulation just to have early childhood teachers as well in their childcare centers. And that is one of the reasons that drives this change, that there was a lot of vacancies. There were a lot of vacancies in the childcare, and they also needed these teachers. And that is one of the reasons too why this English requirement was changed for early childhood teachers, because there is a lot of lacuna. There are a lot of people. There are a lot of vacancies, and a lot of people who have the qualifications were not able to work in the sector. I'm not talking of only international students. Let's also talk about Australian citizens or permanent residents. There are lots of people who are Australian citizens and permanent residents, but they don't have English to get a registration. That's why they changed this requirement for registration. And this is driving this large number of early childhood teachers who are now studying this graduate diploma. But what is going to be the deciding factor? Not many of them are going to find a job. So most of the people are studying graduate diploma in early childhood teacher, thinking like advanced diploma in civil construction and design, where agents promoted this course like anything. And eventually what happened? Everything changed later on. And mainly why people struggled in that course, because none of them wanted to work and none of them had skills to work in that field. But in terms of a graduate diploma in early childhood, as long as you have skills and if you're able to land in job, if not 190 or 189, I don't think there is any issue for 491, because I had 7 early childhood teachers in Victoria. We targeted only 491 because their points were not very high. One of them had 55 their own points, wasn't eligible for, and another one had 65 their own points. We targeted only 491, and all of them, their visas have been granted. So we moved them to regional Victoria with a full-time job, and their EYs were accepted within 3 to 4 weeks, and even the visa was granted within 8 to 12 weeks. So most of them, they already are a holder of 491 visa.
So these skilled visas game is depending upon your skills. If you have the skills, even in advanced diploma of civil construction design, you have a relevant skills, even your employer can sponsor you. But if you don't have the skills, even your employer don't want to sponsor you because you don't have the skills.
So it's all about the skills. So having a relevant job. So there are lots of people who are studying. There are lots of people in Brisbane. They are in Melbourne. They are in Sydney. These are like 3 metropolitan cities in Australia.
The main thing is, and this course is available in colleges, and mostly colleges are not even teaching this course properly.
So you don't have skills.
Students are not getting their even. If student is taking this course from a university, and obviously the student university will teach you a little bit more than a college,
better than the
college, then obviously you will have a skills, and obviously you will get a job somewhere, or maybe if you are learning the skills in terms of advanced diploma of civil construction design. You are learning the skills that how to construct and how to build a designs, and even there are geometrical designs, lot of things in
At the end
lot
of the
things
day,
there, yeah.
what Manjot is saying is going to be your game depends upon the skills, because if you have skills, then sooner or later you'll find job. If you find job, when we talk about state-based visas, 190 and 491, in most of them you have higher chances of selection if you have a relevant job. So if you are working as a early childhood teacher, and if you are in regional area, there are high chances of you being accepted for either 491 or 190. But if you don't make that move on time, you don't leave yourself enough time to materialize all those things. So time is the key here. And I think I was thinking about placing a seminar online or Zoom session for early childhood teachers. I know there are lots of students out there who are really concerned. I've seen at least 6 or 7 of them in my appointments in last few days, and most of them have the same questions, and probably my recommendation was also more or less the same. So if you are one of them, if you are currently studying graduate diploma in early childhood teaching, you're about to finish or you are going to finish in next 3 to 4 months, this is the high time to talk to a migration agent. So you can plan out your next 1 to 2 years, how you're going to, and how you're going to secure either 491 or 190 or 189. There are lots of people sitting on 85 or higher points with early childhood skills assessment. That means that not everyone is going to get invited for 189. And after 189, what is the remaining? Either you have 491 or 190, or you have employer sponsored visa. So even if for employer sponsored visa, you can go as a even childcare worker, even if you have early childhood qualification. But if you have 1 year of childcare worker, then you can go, your employer can sponsor you. But can your employer sponsor you if they don't really need to? No, they will not. So if you are working in cities such as Melbourne, Sydney,
Yeah.
or Brisbane, no one is going to agree to sponsor you.
Yeah, they have
Why?
plenty of people.
Because they already have
plenty
plenty
to
of
work
people,
there.
temporary visa holders and Australian citizens and permanent residents. There's no genuine shortage there. So employer sponsored visa is only possible when there is genuine shortage and the employer really struggles to fill their demand of in that particular occupation, and that's when they talk about employer sponsored visa. So if you are one of the early childhood teachers, if you are studying and you're about to finish your course, this is high time to book appointment with a migration agent and discuss and plan your next 1 to 2 years. It is not only about just studying, it is about planning. And that planning comes for making planning and what you're going to do in next few months depends upon your personal circumstances, your current visa, how long your current visa is valid for, your level of English, your previous study, your family circumstances. We have to factor in everything because your advice has to be catered around your circumstances. We don't want to give you advice that you're not able to follow. Okay, so we always give you advice that you are able to follow, so we have to factor in everything. So make sure you go to my website and book appointment from there. As we always do, we are giving out this coupon. That coupon code is EEMS live. We can also give that coupon to you if you send us a message on WhatsApp from here. Okay, this is our WhatsApp number, and that coupon will allow you to book consultation for $99 only. Generally you pay $165 if you book time to see one of us. Okay, do it now if you want to discuss. Kritan Podel, I'm working in regional New South Wales as a chef. Is it possible to get 491 from New South Wales next year with 80 points? Is it possible to get 491? Yes, it is possible. Pathway 1. Okay, Kritan, pathway 1. For pathway 1, your salary has to be minimum threshold income 73,150, unless your employer gets a concession. And we will know that because it's a 491 visa. States generally tweak their criteria every financial year, so we need to wait for the next financial year and their criteria
But
for
what they will
491
say
in
that
New South
accordingly
Wales.
we can apply. Yeah.
Okay.
ਹਨੀ ਟੀਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਭਾਜੀ 186 ਲਈ ਐਲੀਜੀਬਲ ਆ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਜਾਂ 189 ਲਈ ਵੇਟ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਕਿਉਂ? welder is 75 points.
186 kar do. Welder 75 point. Welder is not an occupation that would be invited in huge numbers even for 189. So I would say ਤਿਆਰੀ ਕਰ ਲਓ 186
186 ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰ ਦੋ ਕੀ
186 with the PR
ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਰੈਡੀ ਹੈ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਪਲਾਈ ਕਰ ਦੋ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ ਦੀ ਨਾਲ ਜਦੋਂ ਗ੍ਰਾਂਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਤੇ PR ਸੇਮ ਐਸ 189 ਦੀ ਜੇ ਵੇਟ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ
Okay, 189, 186, both are permanent visas. So if you're eligible for 189, employer is willing to do it, go for it. Vanessa is asking, when you have child citizen, does it waive the 2-year waiting period for partner visa? Vanessa, very good question. So when you generally in long-term relationships, from the perspective of the Department of Home Affairs, long-term relationship is the relationship which is more than 3 years. Okay, so if you have more than 3 years relationship with your partner, then generally temporary and permanent partner visa both can get granted at the same time. Okay, but having a child does not necessarily reduce the processing time. Your processing time, the processing time of the partner visa depends upon the strength of your documents and the strength of your application, whether your application is decision ready or not. Okay. Unique 91, I have only 2 more minutes. We are about to end this live show, so if you guys have any questions, you can post those questions. And if you haven't hit that follow or subscribe or follow button or subscribe button, please do it now. I am going to conduct another session hopefully on Thursday, so you don't miss a live session and lots of other informative videos that you can see on our channels. So that question was from, where was I?
Which one?
Yeah, I was talking about long-term relationships and partner visa, so I think I have covered that already.
Yeah, Vanessa.
Yeah, that was for Vanessa.
She's saying thank you to you.
Okay, so if you guys want to discuss your case, if you have any friend who wants to discuss, we believe in honest, ethical, and transparent migration practice. If you want to book consultation with us, you can do so from our website, and you can also ask for a coupon. Coupon is only valid during this live show, so the coupon code is EEMS live, and you can.
And it is valid for today. You can say that. So it is valid for today, so you can book an appointment.
Tushar is asking, what are the chances of 482 accountant or audit in Western Australia from offshore? Unless you have superior English and probably 8+ years of work experience, don't expect much as an accountant or external auditor. Unique 9182, I'm about to finish Ian. What should I do now? You should head to my website and book appointment. I would love to know more. Okay, before I'm able to guide you in the right direction. Last question is I'm taking is from Sachita for 482. How we going to provide evidence of 1 year full-time experience? Very good question. How do you provide evidence? You simply provide pay slips, you provide employment contract, you provide super statements, you provide bank statements where salary was credited. You also provide any employment reference letters,
income tax summaries,
ITRs. These are all documents that you require to justify your work experience for 482 work experience requirement. Has the immigration declared quota for 25-26? Not yet. Hopefully soon. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'll give you 1 more minute so you can hit that follow button if you haven't done so far. And apart from that, today's live show is almost over. We will come back again, and there are lots of informative videos. Keep supporting us. We're liking and sharing and following us. All the best. We'll connect with you soon. Thank you.
Bye.
If you still haven't hit that follow button, please do it now. That's your last chance. All right. Thank you guys on Facebook and YouTube as well. I'll see you guys in my next live show. Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.